Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanisha. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you never miss another video from me. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 10 things that college freshmen need to know before they go back to campus this fall. It's your first time going to college freshman. I'm going to be providing you guys with 10 tips on what I think you need to know before heading back to school this fall. So if you're interested in looking at this video, then just keep on watching. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the video. The first thing, or the first tip that I have for incoming college freshmen that's going to college this fall is that it's never too early to network. So when I started college, that was like the first time I got on like social media, and so I was able to like see a lot of talk to a lot of my classmates through Facebook and Instagram and stuff. So I actually started college 2 days after I graduated from high school. So I kind of like rushed into it, I guess you could say. But a lot of the people that I went through a summer breach program. So a lot of the people that I went to college with for like legit my first semester were people that I already knew. But for the ones that were coming in from out of state and from different towns, I networked with them through like Facebook groups and stuff like that. Like usually maybe a college will formulate some type of thing, or maybe at like your orientation. I know a lot of orientations are online now due to the pandemic. So if you're meeting someone virtually through Zoom or something like that, it's always never too early to network and to just like kind of make yourself comfortable with people. I think one of my biggest downfalls were being like shy or not like talking to people per se. So I would just say, from a post-grad standpoint, always try to connect, even if you just say, hey, how you doing, or hey, my name is Tanisha. You know, just go ahead and try to make connections, make friends, and get yourself out there, so that way when the first day of class comes, you know, you don't feel so overwhelmed about everything that's going on. Because trust and believe, being a college student can be overwhelming in itself, but it's nothing you can't handle. So by preparing and planning ahead to get your networking together and get different things together, that's your way of saying, okay, I got one thing out the way. So the second tip that I have for incoming freshmen is to introduce yourself to your professors. Now, whether you're going back on campus or you're going back online, I think this is very important. Even if you have to send a personal email to your professor, aside from like an email that he sends out to the whole class saying, hey, you know, my name is so-and-so, and that reminds me of everything. Go ahead and create you a LinkedIn account. At some point of your college career, you're going to create a LinkedIn. So it's good now to start creating one right now before you actually start class. So that way, as you go throughout your classes and as you go throughout your college career, every professor you have that you make a good relationship and a good connection with, you can add them on LinkedIn. So that way down the line, if you're trying to go back to school later in life or something like that, you will be able to reach out to them to get like letters of recommendations and stuff like that. And another reason why you would want to create a relationship with your professor is because if you get where you're struggling and can't grasp the material later down the road, you will be grateful that you built a connection with them, because they'll be able to see where you're struggling, because they've gotten to know you, and they'll be in a better position to help you versus if you're just a stranger to them, or like you're just like every other kid in the class and it's finals week and you're trying to get that extra point, or you're trying to get that next letter grade. And so you know, always having a good connection, a good relationship with your professors will always work out in it. The third thing that I want to give you guys as a tip is time management is key, okay? The way that you manage your time. Again, I know we're in the middle of a pandemic, but whether you're going back on campus or whether you're going back online, time management is still the same of equal importance, okay? So if I took a few online classes when I was an undergrad. I had a semester, I think, where I was completely online or almost completely online, and time management is what makes it easier, okay? So a lot of people say, oh, online classes are hard, online class I can't focus, I need to be in somebody's face. Well, you feel like that because you have no one really holding you accountable when you take an online class. When you go to a class in person, you know, you feel more pressure to hold your own self accountable, if that makes sense. If you're in online classes, then you really don't have that self accountability. It's like, okay, well, you can do this whenever you want, and you know, it's just, you gotta really be set on a rigid schedule and be self accountable when you're taking online classes. So I would just say, when you get your syllabus, we'll talk about that later in the video, you know, really sit down and see all your classes, see how many credit hours you're taking, and just really say, okay, I have to do this on this day in order to accomplish this for next week. You know what I'm saying? Like, just know what you gotta do in order to stay ahead, which we will also talk about later in the video. But like I said, time management is key. Know when you can study, know when you can relax, because self-care and relaxing and just being stress-free is also very important as a college student. So always just make sure you have your priorities straight. Like, okay, I know I need to study, so I can't go and do this. I know I need to prep for this test, so I know I can't go do that. You see what I'm saying? So always make sure that you are managing your time correctly, because 24 hours in a day, I mean, you have to sleep 8 hours of those days, 8 hours of that day. So, you know, you gotta make sure that you're managing the other hours of the day appropriately. Otherwise, it's gonna fly by and you're gonna think like, oh my gosh. So this semester has flown by, and I'm not grasping this information, and it's because you have to make it a priority, especially when you are in online classes, and especially when you're on campus and you're getting involved in several different organizations or like groups. You have to make your schooling a priority, because that's the number one reason why you're there, to get your degree. Okay, so tip number 4 is to create your schedule based on your needs. So you don't want to, like, if you know that you're not a morning person, you don't want to book yourself for an 8 o'clock class. Okay, so I know some people say, you know, book an 8 o'clock class, book all morning classes so you can have the rest of your day to yourself. But I mean, that just depends on if you're a morning person. If you're not a morning person, like, at all, and you're like grumpy in the morning and you can't focus in the morning, then don't book morning classes. Book afternoon classes, book evening classes. It's just, you know, college is all about catering to your needs and what's gonna best benefit you, especially when you're taking out student loans or whatever the case might be. Like, this is your life, so you have to shape and make everything pretty much convenient for you as much as possible, so that way you'll be able to best perform the best way you can. So if you know that waking up at 6:45 or 6:30 to get ready for an 8 o'clock class is going to be too much for you, then don't do it. Trust and believe, okay? I'm not a morning person, but I can get up for 8 o'clock. I mean, I can do my favorite classes for 9:30 classes, because I feel like, okay, I can get up at like 7:30 or 8 o'clock, do what I gotta do, and be out the door and to class at a reasonable time, and I'm fresh, I'm awake, you know what I'm saying? You have enough time to eat breakfast. I mean, some people like waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Some people like waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm just not one of those people, okay? I like waking up later, okay? You know, that's just me. But like I said, you have to cater to your needs. Put your schedule based off of your needs, okay? Not nobody else's. not your parents' needs, not your friends' needs. Don't cater around, oh, you know, I'm taking this 8 o'clock class, or I'm taking this time class. No, you have to do what's best for you. Like I said, prioritize your day that's gonna make you be able to do what you gotta do. Number 5, speaking of creating schedules, number 5 is gonna be creating a study schedule. So like I said, making sure that you are prioritizing what you actually went to college for, because ultimately you went to college to get a degree. So you want to make sure that you schedule your study time, schedule study groups. If you know that you're struggling in this accounting class, but you have a connection or acquaintance or a friend in the class who is way better at accounting than you, then you know you would want to build a relationship there and say, okay, hey, you know, is there something you can help me with, or you know, or do you have some tips or advice on how I can get this, because I'm not getting this. And then you find out who else in class like getting it, and then y'all form a study group, and then y'all are able to help each other, you know, and others' strengths can help others people weaknesses. So, you know, you want to just make sure that you are doing everything you can to make sure you study the material, know the material, and to be able to exhibit the material in a group project or just a self project or a test. So make sure that you are scheduling time out of your day. I mean, it don't have to be every day, but just like I said, your priorities. If you know you want to be free on the weekends, then you need to come up with a schedule that is going to allow you to be able to study during the weekdays, so you can be free on the weekends, and you don't have to think about, oh, what is due at 11:59, or what is due then, what is due, you know. Create a good study schedule, good study habits, so that you won't have to stress and freak yourself out about when finals week come and you don't know what happened. All right, so tip number 6. Read your syllabus. So a lot of people get like halfway in the course and they don't know what's going on because they haven't read the syllabus, or some people miss the first assignment. Usually the first assignment be like a syllabus quiz, or you know, something pertaining to the syllabus. So and you pass the syllabus quiz, but then you get later in the semester and then you're emailing the professor or going to office hours because you like didn't read the syllabus. Like you read it, but you didn't like read it like to comprehend it. So always read your syllabus. What I used to get all of my syllabus from every class, and I used to see like what I had due. Like if I had English, okay, so one semester, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna give you an example. So one semester I had sociology, I had chemistry, chem lab, and public speaking, okay? So I got my syllabus from each class and I see, okay, what classes do I have a group project in? What classes, like, do I have something due on the same day? You see what I'm saying? Because it's very easy, especially if you're taking over 12 credit hours, to get like lost in what you're doing for what class. You see what I'm saying? So you want to start out at the beginning where you are just, like I said, time management, creating a schedule based on your needs, creating a study schedule, prioritizing your day. So you would take all the syllabus and just get a calendar and write down like a calendar, like, I'm gonna show y'all my planner, but you could print out a calendar. Okay, so like this, okay, you see this? And you would print out the calendar and then just write where you have something due. And then you can color code each class. So like sociology would be blue, public speaking would be red, chem lab would be yellow, and chem would be green. And then you could see, like, it's much clearer. Well, it's much clearer to me, but it's much clearer to you when you can see everything flat out. Okay, this is what I gotta do this month, or this is what I gotta do in the next 2 weeks. You know, this is what is due here. This is what I should start working on because this is due next Friday. You see what I'm saying? So you kind of know what's going on in your world versus being stressed out because you forgot about a paper that was due because you were so consumed in studying for this test for this other class. You want to know pretty much what's going on academically in every class. You want to be aware of what's going on so you don't get so overwhelmed. Which leads me to number 7, and staying a week ahead of your assignment. So like I said in the previous tip, for the example, you want to make sure that if you have a paper due next Friday and today's Monday of the week before, then you're like, okay, yeah, I see that on my calendar that I have a paper due next Friday. Let me start working on it. Or if you're got a bit of a free time during the week, if that's how you prioritize your schedule, then you can work on stuff later down in the semester if you have access to it through whatever service you use, whether it's Blackboard or Canvas. If you have access to it, then you can go ahead and be getting that done, and that's the beauty about online classes. If your online class is set up like that, if it's set up that way, then you can go ahead and knock out assignments that are, if that class is easy for you or if it's easy for you to understand, then you can go ahead and get done with those assignments and be making A's on those assignments. And then that way, for a much harder class that you have, if you know that you might be struggling later on in the semester with that harder class, then you have free time to focus primarily on that harder course because you have already got rid of this or done the assignments that was due for your other class, and you don't need to worry about those. So to me, that was the beauty in doing online classes when I was an undergrad, because I could take medical terminology and bump medical terminology to the side because it was easy for me to catch on and do the assignments way ahead of time versus long-term healthcare. That course was a pretty more rigid course that I had to pay more attention to. Number 8. So this tip is, y'all, let me tell you a story. When I went to college for the first time, when I had my legit first semester, where like my first semester was a summer semester, but like my legit fall first semester, we had these things called dining dollars, and I was like, I don't know. I was swiping, and I didn't have a credit card at this time, so thank God. But I would, everywhere I would go, I would just swipe. I would go to the corner store, swipe. I would go to the Commons, swipe. I would go anywhere that could give me some food and swipe. And I guess I just forgot that I only had a certain amount. So what I would say is, my suggestion is, don't use up all your dining dollars, because that's what they were called when I was in school. I don't know if they're called that now, but or at your school where you going, but whatever amount of money, meal plans, dining dollars that they give you, please don't use them all up like me, because school started at the end of August, okay? And I'm here at the end of September, and all of my dining dollars are gone, and I still got to go to December. So just make sure you're watching your spending, not just with your dining dollars, but just with your personal money also. Don't overspend because you feel like you have it. If you're getting money from a part-time job or an internship or your parents, don't abuse and use up all of the money. You never know what you might need. If you need an extra book, or if you need anything, anything, it could be anything during the semester, you're gonna wish you had that money, for real. You're gonna wish you had that extra meal plan. You're gonna wish something. So don't be an overspender. That's the worst thing you possibly could do, especially starting out as a freshman in college. It's so easy to lose control of your finances, lose control of your money. So practice good financial habits, good money habits. You could best believe that when the second semester came around, I was much more, careful with how I used my dining dollars. I did not spend them all up. I even had some semesters I even had some left over, which was good because you could, like I said, it's all about management. I was able to manage, okay, Can I eat breakfast at home or can I eat breakfast at school? Can I eat lunch at home, or could, you know, I bring myself a snack, or can, you know, I eat lunch on campus? So it just depends, especially if you're living in a dorm. Come on, y'all, practice cooking. If you have a stove in your dorm, most of the campuses at my school had like little kitchenettes. The particular dorm room I stayed in, it was like an apartment style dorm, so we had like a kitchen with like a refrigerator and a stove, and we could bring a microwave and all that. So if you can cook, or if you want to learn how to cook, which I would totally suggest learn how to cook during your freshman year of college, or just during your college experience period. Don't just rely on meal plans and being able to go to the commons. Everybody don't gain weight during their freshman year of college. I didn't gain weight during my freshman year of college. I actually didn't start gaining weight until my senior year and after I graduated. So I would say that just depends on your health and your body type, but just be mindful of how much you're eating, how much you're putting into your body when you do go to college. Just because you can't eat it, just because you have access to eat it, that don't mean that you should eat it. So just be mindful and remember to eat healthy so that you can feel good, so that you can be able to go to school. Okay, tip number 9, bad company corrupts good character. So you never want to be caught in a situation where you're in a group of people in your class or just on campus that are doing everything so like opposite of what they're supposed to be doing. So like I said, remember that you came to college to get your degree. You come to college to focus on joining a certain social group or being a part of a clique or doing any of that stuff. Like, you came to get your degree. Okay, not saying that you can't have fun or that you can't be a part of things on campus, but just remember why you're there. Don't lose focus on why you're there, because it's very easy. People get into these different cliques and hang around certain people, and then they lose interest, and then some people drop out, and then you don't want to be that person. You don't want to lose focus of why you really took out almost $50,000 in loans to go to this certain college, to go to this certain school, so you can get this certain degree. So my suggestion would be to just stay focused and to make sure you're surrounding yourself with good people, with people who are also focused. Like for me personally, I think I just mostly stayed to myself when I was in college. I mean, I wasn't like, I don't know, I just didn't talk to people unless they talked to me, because I wasn't that type of person. Like, I'm still not that type of person. Like, I wasn't that social. I mean, I wish I would have been. I mean, I would probably, but then I didn't live on campus, y'all. So like, I stayed on campus my first semester because it was part of a program, but I didn't stay on campus no other time. I commuted from home. So it was just like, you know, I still have connections with people that graduated in my same class. I graduated class of 2018, so I still have people that, you know, I'm Facebook friends with, or I follow on Instagram, that graduated in my class. We said a few words, we had a couple classes together, but I didn't like make effort to just try to, I don't know, like make friends, I guess. Don't get me wrong, I have friends. Most of my friends are from just meeting at church or in high school, middle school, stuff like that. But college, I do have some friends that I met in college. It's just I wasn't a social butterfly like that. I just really kind of just watched who I hung around. I kind of observed. I'm that type of shy person. Like, I'm the type of person where I'm very friendly, very friendly. I just had to kind of observe the situation first before I could see like what peep, you know, what kind of game this is, what, you know, what kind of person you are. And once, you know, I get comfortable around you and, you know, I've gotten to know you a little better, then, you know, you see my wacky side, you know, my crazy side. But if I don't know you, I'm just kind of on the shy side, just kind of, you know, on the getting to know you side, observant side. So I'm not saying you have to be like me. A lot of people are just very, very outgoing, you know. I love those type of people because I'm not. I'm like if extrovert is right here and introvert is right here, I'm like in the middle, but I'm like more on this way, and I got like my ankle on this side, like I'm outgoing, but it's like, you know, I don't know, it's just like certain situations where I'm more outgoing than others. But like I said, just make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people that are like-minded like you, that are focused like you, that want their degree, that are looking to go further if that's what you're wanting to do also. Just stay focused. And lastly, number 10, use your resources. So we got this little thing at our university. I don't know if other universities have it, but it's called the Writing Center. So the Writing Center really helped me when I was taking like English 102 and just any other English course that I had to take during my pre-reqs. I would suggest that you take advantage of it. Your TAs, if you have an active TA, I had like one active TA, and that was in my chem class. So it just depends, you know. If you have a TA that's like an actual TA and that's gonna like hold tutoring sessions and actually help you, then go for it. Like, take advantage of it. Even if you have an A in a class, even if you happen to be in a class, like, you just never know when you're gonna have an opportunity to get like extra credit or to just become insightful to whatever, like if you have time in your schedule, of course, because you also want to make sure you stay, you know, involved in other organizations or other groups on campus. You know, you want to be flexible, you want to be versatile, but still at the same time, again, that's the priority, your core classes. So I would just say take advantage of every academic resource that they have available to you. Like I said, the Writing Center, your TA, any tutoring sessions, anything, okay? If you're interested in a certain thing and they're offering something for free, anything. If they handing out free t-shirts, anything. Like, I got so many free stuff, so much free stuff my freshman year of college. Like, I got pretty much all my college t-shirts from my freshman year of college. And you like that, because if you go in the campus bookstore, or if you go like try to get a t-shirt of your college, I swear to you, it's like over $30. And no ma'am, I'm not gonna pay that. Y'all know I don't like paying a lot of money for nothing. Not if I think especially if I don't think it's worth it, you know what I'm saying? So every time homecoming t-shirts, just regular t-shirts that got my school name on it, all those were free, honey boo boo. Like, I only paid for 2 of my shirts that are in my closet, and one of them was a gift from a family member, and the other one I got on clearance at the campus bookstore. So, you know, and I have a lot of college t-shirts. I probably got like at least 6 or 8. Okay, like, I can wear a college t-shirt every single day of the week, and you know, I probably still got at least 2 or 3 left over. So use your resources. That is the biggest thing. Anything that's free, you know, free resume. Use your career center if you have one at your school. Like, anything that's free, because once you graduate, ain't nothing free no more. Nothing is free anymore, okay? this video is actually longer than I thought it was gonna be, so I'm gonna end it right here. So I hope you guys have a great fall semester, and any college freshmen watching this video right now, just comment down below if you have any questions, need any type of advice at all. You can always hit me up on Instagram. My Instagram name is @TotallyTanisha. You can DM me, you can comment down below. It does not even matter. I try to respond to all my comments. I definitely respond to all my DMs, so you guys can hit me up if you need prayer or just advice or just you have questions. Like I said, I hope you guys have a great first college experience. I know it's hard because of this stupid pandemic, but it's gonna be a unique experience for you guys. So I hope that it works out for the best, and I want you guys to know that God is working everything out for your good. So don't be afraid, don't be nervous, don't be overwhelmed when you have to start online, you have to go back to campus. Everything's gonna be okay, and you're still gonna have an awesome college experience, and you'll be able to learn from this and grow from this. So take advantage of every opportunity. And like I said, I am ending this video. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you never miss another video from me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.